Today is Thursday, Parashat Pinchas. We're learning the Chok L'Yisrael for today. And today we'll explain some of the Zohar HaKadosh in the Chok L'Yisrael for today. Zohar HaKadosh says, Tlat Inun, there are three people, the Garmin Bishle Garmaihu, that cause a negative impact on themselves. In other words, there are three situations where people themselves cause situations to their own detriment. Tren be'ay alma, two in this world, bechad be'alma achra, and one causes something to their detriment in the world to come. Veilen inun, and these are who they are. He's going to explain. Man delayid garmeh, a person who curses himself, a person who makes negative statements about himself, is a person who causes himself trouble. People sometimes don't realize the incredible power of words. When people say about themselves that they're stupid, or people who make statements about themselves that are negative, they don't realize, as the Zohar says, the tadinan, that we learn. Chad memana itbekat kame debanash. There's a certain type of, call it an angel, who is charged with something that the Zohar speaks about, is next to the person. Upshata delayid garme. And when a person curses himself, or makes a negative statement about himself, that sort of angel and 70 other angels that are under his charge, natli na'im mila, they take that word that the person said, ve'amre amen, and they say amen, ve'sarkela le'ela, and they take it up, ve'dainla, and they judge that person. A person, in other words, can say about himself how stupid he is, or how tired he is, or how whatever is negative about that he would say, like something that could be construed as a curse, even though maybe he doesn't really mean it, but he made the statement. That angel that is in charge of being there for taking those words that are made by a person, and he carries it together with other 70 angels that are together with him. And I call him angels just for lack of better word in English. Here it says in the Zohar, the Memuneh, the person, that spirit that is in charge of this function, takes that word and is judged. And he will follow him until that word, that statement that he made, would be fulfilled. And then the Zohar goes on to bring an example from the Torah. When Moshe Rabbeinu said to Hashem, if he doesn't forgive the Jewish people for the sin of the golden calf, let his name of Moshe be erased from the book. And Hashem forgave the Jewish people. But still, that statement that he made, that his name should be erased from the book, one parasha in the Torah, in Parashat Tetzaveh, after Moshe was born, where in every parasha his name appears, but that one parasha in Tetzaveh, his name is not mentioned at all. Even though Moshe was an incredibly pious person, he was the leader of the Jewish people. He made that statement, if Hashem doesn't forgive the Jewish people, then let his name be erased. Hashem forgave, but because that statement was made, it was fulfilled. And therefore a person should be very careful when he speaks about himself or makes statements in general to realize the incredible power of speech. The Zohar goes on afterwards to speak about other things that a person could cause his own trouble. It speaks about dropping pieces of bread or food on the floor and not being respectful to them. Hashem granted us food, bread, and we have to be very respectful to not let the crumbs be stepped on. If there's crumbs on the floor, you have to sweep them and dispose of them correctly, but to be very careful to have respect for the food that Hashem gave us, that we should not let it fall on the floor and treat it disrespectfully. The third thing that the Zohar speaks about is a person who lights up fire before Shabbat is out. That's also something that is a person would cause trouble to himself. By doing that, he should wait until definitely Shabbat is over, And the Zohar speaks about a certain part of the prayer in the Arvit of Motzai Shabbat, of Saturday night, to wait until that time, towards the end of the prayer, before a person is allowed to go on with these activities of Chol, because that would be considered still that Shabbat is there. Baruch Adonai le'olam, Amen ve'amen.